Hey guys, Ice Cigars here, slightly modified. Today, we're working on the shed, all right? Now, the shed I've had, over a year and 2 months, and I had a lot of plans for it. You know, I was gonna wire it, insulate it, put some drywall in it, and I never did any of that. So, today we're gonna wire it. I've been putting this off for a long time because I didn't know how I was gonna do it, and I'll show you why. Because there's plenty of different ways to do it. Let's go out here. Look at my backyard's a mess. Don't pay attention to it. So here's my shed, right? That right there is my main panel. And I have a sub panel that I put in a year or so right there in the garage. So first of all, I was thinking, well, maybe I'll just put a sub panel in there and then we'll just call it a day. Because eventually I want to put a jacuzzi like over here or whatever. And then I was thinking, well shit, what if like the CD comes and like cracks down on me or something? Because I don't know if this is code. I just had it built. So I was like, I don't know if I want to invest that much time and money into it. Because eventually I'm gonna put all concrete here. It's gonna be all concrete. But regarding the shed and the electrical, I didn't want to do the sub panel. And then I was thinking, well, what if I just run a 120 circuit off of my sub panel, just ride the back wall here, add a couple outlets along the way, bam, bam, come in through the back, boom, power to the shed. Then, you know, there's this thing called voltage drop. You know, the longer the run, you start having voltage drop, you gotta run thicker wire, and it gets really expensive. And the wire was gonna be, I don't know, $400 or $500. So then, me and my friend came up with an idea. By the way, we're not electricians, but we're close. We're close. We're not electricians though. So we came up with a way that we can get it done. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just tap out of the side of this main panel. We got some room here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go up. We're gonna ride right here, the bottom of all the wood. We're gonna ride that. We're gonna go over here along the top of the house. And then we're gonna drop down. And then we're gonna trench about 18 inches over to the shed. And we're just doing 120, maybe 2 circuits. Now, with that being said, we're gonna have a 1-inch conduit. The reason why we're doing a 1-inch is because eventually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run 220 in the same conduit, and then I'm gonna have a jacuzzi right here in the near future, and then we'll run the 220 for the jacuzzi, a dedicated 50 amp 220, and then we'll have 220 amps going towards the shed. Now, I don't know if that's to code or anything, but I did ask a couple electrician friends and they said it shouldn't be a problem. Well, they said one 120 circuit shouldn't be a problem. I don't know about 2, but technically, since this is not commercial, it's just residential, running 220 and 120 is just like basically running 3 120 circuits. So I'm sure it's possible because they're all the same voltages, they're not different voltages. So yeah, so we're gonna start. This is pretty much all I bought. I'll just go over a few things. This is gonna come out of the main panel. This is gonna wrap me around the corner of my house when I get there. These are how we're gonna fasten everything. I did buy PVC cement because when I go underground, I'm using a PVC. I got 1-inch hole straps so I could strap them to the house. I got this. This is a weatherproof silicone. A couple more mounting screws. Right here, I had to buy freaking 15 1-inch rain tight compressions. I only need about 5 or 6, but they didn't have any, and I went to 3 different Home Depots. This is all I could find, so I just bought them all. I did buy some fish tape. I do have some at work, but I figured I could just have my own. So 50 feet, that should get us plenty. Here's the J-box for, we're gonna mount this on the house before we go underground. So on the top, we're gonna do a conduit, 1-inch, and then we're coming out 3/4 inch PVC. And then when we get to the shed, this is the junction box we're gonna mount on the shed. So we're gonna go in there. Also, we're gonna slap an outlet on this, just like that. So this is all weatherproof stuff. Then when I get inside the shed, this is gonna be my my J-box for all my 120 coming in, and that's pretty much it. And I got 3/4 inch Schedule 40 PVC. I got 1, 2, 3 of those, and then I got 40 feet of 1-inch conduit. Now, hopefully, after like 3 or 4 trips to Home Depot, because I keep forgetting shit, that should be everything that I need. Hopefully. Now, I do have a couple bits and pieces of electrical stuff, you know, kind of floating around. So maybe if we don't have anything, we could find it. But, yep, So we're gonna start by pulling this cover off, and we're gonna blow a hole in the side of this, and then we're gonna put our rain tights, and then we're gonna run our LB, and then we're gonna start going up, and then boom, 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 all the way here. Then we're gonna do LB again, wrap us tighter on this corner. Oh, is Missy taking a shit? Are you taking a shit, Missy? Wrap us around this corner, and then boom, drop down right here, junction box. So hopefully we have everything we need. And then I'm gonna start trenching. It's gonna be somewhere like right here. Start trenching. Gotta go 18 inches deep. I'll probably dig it, I don't know, a foot wide. That's gonna be kind of a pain in the ass. And I'm gonna try to do it as clean as possible, because when I'm done, I'm gonna try to put everything back like really neat. Like try to like put the grass back on top and everything. Because my girlfriend's been trying real hard to make this shitty long green again. This is all gonna be concrete, so we haven't been watering all this, as you could tell. But I think from the shed all the way to the house, that way, all concrete. And this is gonna be our little patch of grass where Missy takes shits and stuff. So yeah, let's get to work. Looks like we're gonna be coming in through the top of the panel, right above all the breakers. That's where my sub panel goes in. So we got a little bit of room right there. So we're probably gonna blow it through there, put it right here, box offset, 90 all the way. Just about done with this trench. I gotta go another inch. So start digging right here. So we gotta just shovel all that out. And right here, the foundation of the house came out about, I don't know, 6 or 8 inches. So I'm just trying to trim that down. That way when we bring our, we're gonna have our junction maybe like right here somewhere. And that way when we bring our PVC down, the PVC doesn't kind of get nicked or cracked or whatever off the side of this. So we're gonna have to do a little bit more hammering and chiseling. As you see, I already hit the house a few times. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. So this conduit, this 1-inch conduit run should be pretty simple. It's about 17 feet from here to here. It's about 13 feet from here where we start going down, and then we got another 5 feet to go down. So we're gonna use 2 sticks here, 190 over there, and then 2 sticks there, 190 over here, LB right here at the corner. All right, doing the last bend here. Well, we got a 90 and then we gotta do box offset. Okay, backside of the house is done. The 90 going down. I like to keep that beautiful gap right there. Here's our PVC weatherproof box. We got our 1 inch with a weather tight. Comes in our 3/4 PVC. 90s down. All the way across. 90s back up. And we got this 18 inches off the ground. Goes right into the shed. Ba-bam. So yeah, and then we're gonna wire an outlet right here. So we'll have an outlet on the outside. Everything's level. Boom. Comes out inside the shed, right behind my rack, right there. Not bad. Now we're just letting this glue dry. It takes about an hour to set. So we're gonna start feeding the fish tape. We're gonna pull wire till there, and then by then it should be dry enough. We're gonna leave the dirt out until we actually get the wire through, just in case we have a problem. And that's pretty much it. So we're gonna start pulling wire. We got the wires pulled through. So here's our colors. We're gonna use black and blue as our 120 hots. We're gonna use a white as our 120 neutral, and then the brown, we didn't have green, is gonna be our 120 ground. So you know, in cars, brown is ground. So I'll mark it with some tape. And this yellow wire is just we put it in there as a pull wire. We don't have no pull string. So if I do end up running 220 for a jacuzzi later, I could use this to pull. Then we got them coming into this box. We coiled it up a little bit, so we got some extra in case we ever want to like splice an outlet into here. We can do that. And then if we do want to run our jacuzzi, we're gonna run it in here, probably out the side over there. So everything is ran real nice over here. We're actually gonna pull the yellow out. We don't need the yellow this far. So we're gonna pull that back to the other box. These are gonna go into the shed, into a junction box on the other side, and then that's how we're gonna wire the shed. So we're gonna land these wires, energize the breaker, and we're gonna do a voltage test. And then the rest of the work is inside the shed. We start running our Romex and our outlets and everything like that. So that'll be the next step. Whew, a little late. It's 10:38. We just finished cleaning everything up, but we got most of the dirt back in, and we kind of just set the grass on top of it. But look at all this dirt we weren't able to get back in there. So we'll see if this grass lives. If it dies, we'll just pull the grass out, throw it away, fill it with dirt, and then we'll plant some seed or something. But we got it in. There's a couple spots that I'll just start filling with dirt. I'll water it tomorrow, see if the grass wants to stay living. If it doesn't, shit, whoops. But I tried. Tomorrow we'll clean up. There's a lot of branches in there. I had to break a lot of branches, so pretty much an all-day project. But check this out. So we have the power going in the shed. I got it wire nutted off right now, but we put a GFI right here, and then the whole shed, we just have one circuit right now. We put two in there just for a backup, but for the amount of stuff we're gonna be running in the shed, you know, light, TV, a couple outlets, you know, maybe like an Xbox or something. So everything's protected by the GFI. So if we end up tripping something, it'll trip the GFI before it goes and trips the breaker. So that's pretty cool. That way if we ever lose power or something, we can just reset the GFI. That's it. As you can see, it's been a few days, and the grass is having a hard time staying alive. I would say half of it's alive, half of it's dying. I'm gonna keep watering it. Worst comes to worst, I'll just start pulling the grass out. So here we are inside of the shed. I ended up putting a lot more stuff in here than I had originally expected, but whatever, you know how it be. So here's the power coming in from our GFI, but all this is GFI protected. So all the power comes in here. What I'm gonna do is I have this quad box that I'm going to mount to this stud right here. And then coming out of that stud, like maybe through the bottom, we're gonna start heading this way, and we're gonna put a couple outlets on this wall, just two, probably one under that window, one under that window. And then I'm thinking about putting my TV on the back wall. So we'll keep running them over, and we'll probably put two outlets right here in the middle of the wall. Probably have to add a stud or something, just so we can mount that centered. And then coming out of this box again, we're gonna go up and across, and then go to this side. So while it's going up, we're gonna add some lights. So we're gonna add maybe two LED lights, probably, I don't know, maybe more than two. I don't know, one right here and one over there somewhere. I'll add a switch probably right there on that stud. Yeah, and then we'll just keep going over here. We'll go down, and then we'll add two more outlets on this wall. Now, I did run wire for two breakers. I have two hots and one neutral, so I did run enough wire, but I don't really want to use the other hot. My panel's kind of full, and I don't really want to add another breaker. I can, but probably not. Yeah, I'm thinking, you know, I think you can only use like 70 to 80% of a breaker's capacity. So if it's 20 amp, I think it's more like, I don't know, 15 to 17 amps where a breaker will start being overloaded. So if the AC pulls 11 amps, I don't think between the lights and, you know, the TV and all that energy saving stuff, I don't think it's gonna trip a breaker. But we'll find out. I don't know. Worst comes to worst, what I'll do is everything going this way, I'll put on the other breaker. That way, whatever's on this wall will have its own breaker, and then whatever's on this wall will have its own breaker. I have all these duplex boxes just chilling, and I have 100 feet of 12-2 Romex. So 12-2 means it has a hot and a neutral, and then the ground, I don't know why they don't count the ground, but they call it 12-2 because there's two 12-gauge wires, insulated 12-gauge wires, and then there's one bare metal ground. So this is the Romex we're going to be running through the shed. And we have all these outlet boxes. I think I have 10 of them. We don't even need 10 of them. I just bought some, no, that's not it. Oh, here's the outlet for the TV. I just got some 20 amp receptacles, and we're just gonna run a bunch of these around. So yeah, we got these. We are gonna stop wasting time and get to work. So yeah, let's do this. All right, let me turn let me turn this off. We're gonna run all the main power through here, and then from there we're just gonna start drilling holes and these studs, and we're just gonna run the Romex down low. Now I got this Speed Demon spade bit set from Home Depot. It was like 20 bucks. So I'm thinking we could probably get away with the 5/8 hole. So we might just do 5/8 holes. The smaller the better when you're going through 2x4s like this. Remember, it is holding up your roof. So I can't move this. I tried, so we're just gonna try to have to work around it, I guess. So yeah, we got the drill, the spade bits, that the Romex, got some cutters, hammer. So the cool thing about this is, I'll just go over this real quick. These outlet boxes, they already have nails in them. They're a couple bucks maybe at Home Depot. So what you want to do is, you see those little freaking little stick out thingies right there. So basically what you do is you kind of just push it back until it hits the front of the 2x4. That way it sticks out just a tiny bit. So when you put your drywall on, this will stick out and it won't be like sucked in there like that, and then it's going to be hard to work on. So you can get the outlet in there and everything. So we're going to do that. And I looked up some stuff on the internet. It says it needs to be at least 12 inches minimum off the ground. So the bottom of the box, we're going to do 12 inches off the ground. And before you do that, I would say whatever knockout you're gonna use, go ahead and knock it out beforehand, because it's easier to do it outside than from the bottom. So we're gonna do that. 2 outlets right here, 2 outlets right here, 2 outlets right here. So we'll have a total of maybe 6 outlets in the shed, and that should be more than enough for one circuit. So yeah. I ended up doing the Romex foot off of the bottom stud. And then I did the box at like 13 inches, and I drilled, I don't know, I think, was it like 5/8? 5/8, I think. I don't really know what size actually. I think it was 3/8. I don't know, it doesn't matter. So I did that. I ran Romex all the way through. Try to keep it a little bit away from the wall, because when you insulate, you're gonna need to shove insulation behind here. So as you can see, some I just need to make a little adjustment on, but Romex is ran all the way down, all the way here, and then it stops in the middle. I didn't finish over there. I got to put one more outlet, so I'm gonna mount another stud. That way I can center an outlet up there, and then I'll just feed it from that one right there. And then that's that. And then over here on this side, so this is what I did. I got to move this big rack, so I didn't really run the Romex I needed over here. But so my main box is right there, right? So let's just say one circuit. One circuit's going over here, going all the way over there, and ending right there. Then I have a separate circuit that's gonna go this way. It's gonna run up the back stud, run up the top, and then it's gonna run down right next to this one. Now the reason why I'm doing that is because we're gonna put a switch box here, and then the switch box is just gonna act as a junction box as well. So we're gonna bring 2 down, so power coming in, and here's power coming out. Goes this way. We got it drilled up on the top of the studs, bam bam, all the way through here, all the way down here. Put some fasteners, fastened it, and then I have it running down, and then all the way on this side. And then also what I'm gonna do right here is I'm gonna put my light switch, so then I'm gonna add switched power. I'm gonna tap in off of the line coming in, add switched power, follow the same holes, put it through the same holes. And then as soon as we get to the middle here, I'm gonna hug this 2x6, and then I'm gonna go this way. And this is gonna be our switched power for the light fixtures we install. Now, I don't know where exactly I'm gonna put them, so I haven't done it yet. But what we're trying to do now is just basically start kind of pushing ourselves to get everything done. Just started installation. I got a bunch of insulation. As you see, I already shoved one in. Pretty cool. Found this stuff on OfferUp pretty cheap, but this is gonna be in the next video. So that means I'm gonna end this video off right here. Electrical for the shed is, I would say, 90% done. once I move that rack, I can finish wiring back there. And then I can wire the wire from the switch, and then I could run it all the way to wherever my first light's gonna be. We are gonna insulate the roof, but the roof is gonna be done last. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this section of the video. So as you guys saw, the first part, we built the shed. The second part, we are wiring the shed. And then the third part, we're gonna do insulation and drywall. And maybe the fourth part, we're gonna do paint and finishing touches. Something like that, I don't really know. But right now, we're gonna start doing the installation. I'm gonna start the next video. So see you guys later. Stay tuned.